Do you think the other sports kind of owe touch a little bit of like thank you for development?
There's a lot of people that have transferred from touch.
I've always credited touch for those skills. It needs a bit more love.
The People's Game ki Māori Plus me whakaata Māori.
Kia ora ana, tālofa lava, māloe lelei, Mitsapula Vinaka, whakalofalai atu, and a warm Pacific greetings to you all from wherever you're watching around the motu and around the world as well. You're joining us for the 2025 Pacific Cup. We've got an under-16 boys fixture between Pacific Māori and Waikato Tainui. We've had an excellent day here at Mountfort Park in Manurewa so far, and this game here is going to end up with a bang. My name's Sivili Guthrie. I really appreciate your company on behalf of the organising committee here at Pacific Cup. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate your company. And while we're here, we also may as well give a big mihi to our sponsors, Trillion Trust, Woody Licensing Trust, Bunnings Warehouse, KBS and Māori Plus as well. Without your support, none of this would be possible, as well as all of our other sponsors and donors that have helped contribute to this event. It is an excellent display of Pasifika pride, and you only have to look out at the surrounding fields to see all of our people in their brilliant, vibrant colours, enjoying a day out in the sun, watching some touch footy. As we get into the game, we've got Waikato Tainui in the black and gold strip going from right to left on your screen, and they go up against Pacific Māori in the green and black going from left to right. And this game, yeah, it's going to be a humdinger because we've got some of the brightest up-and-coming talent from around the motu going head-to-head here as Waikato Tainui look to run a peel. And the numbers out on the right-hand side, they've crossed over there. And that was Karena crossing over to get the first try of the afternoon off the first set of the game. It just ran a 3-2 peel. And that was Barclay punching the short side, finding the extra numbers. And they cross over for the first of the afternoon, Waikato Tainui. Now Pacific Māori, they'll get a right of reply and they'll want to start the game exactly as Tainui have. And we've got a nice dry track, some warm weather. As Hayata looking for the long ball over the top. Took a wee while to get there, held up a little bit in the wind. And I think that's probably, what helped the Waikato Tainui defence. Otherwise, there was try time all day for Pacific Māori. They've actually got one more up their sleeve as McIntyre looks to come out to the right-hand side, and he'll kill it over the right-hand touch line. So a little bit of timid start there from Pacific Māori. And as well as the talent on the field, I'll tell you what, there's some talent in the coaching box as well. With the likes of Shan Tōmuri and Jen Te Whare in the Waikato Tainui box. And then you've got Blair Hayata, Taff Mason in the Pacific Māori box. So they've got some good mentorship, these young gentlemen, these young athletes, as we see Waikato Tainui. A chance out on the left-hand side, but the long hand there of Trevon McIntyre. I tell you what, those basketball hands coming in handy. Just getting in the passing lane and preventing that try there. It would have been 2 from 2 from Waikato if that ball had gone to hand. So a lucky break there for Pacific Māori. Now they'll have to defend a repeat set down on the 7. Here's Tainui. Looking to run a punish out on the link. Touch was made though. Now working the ball back to the centre of the park. Yeah, just pulling out of that touch. So penalty comes to Waikato Tainui, the first of the match. Just looking to spread this Pacific Māori defence Looking for a punish play on the opposite side of the field. Well up to the task there, though, is the Pacific Māori team. Now just looking to work the ball. A little bit of miscommunication there from the Tainui team. Looking to run that splitter platform. They do so on the other side there. Great touch made there from Hayata on Reidi Carrington. Now Tainui looking to plug the short side. And nothing doing for them on that occasion. There was great middle defense there from young Cooper Hayata. Now Pacific Māori looking to ruck the ball off their try line. Great touch there. Oh yeah, off the mark is the call from the referee. It was only slight, so fine margin for error from Pacific Māori. But they've given away a penalty there. So Tainui, they'll get yet another set of 6 down here on the 7. And they've posed plenty of questions so far. Throwing a couple of different set moves at them, so we'll see what they can come up with on this set. Again, just looking to run that splitter platform. The long ball going out to the left. Beautiful play from Waikato Tainui. And they cross out on the left-hand side. That's Oscar Kepa going over for Waikato Tainui. And a brilliant pass there from Teina Makianu. Just that splitter platform. Released early. And Makianu with a brilliant right-to-left pass. So Waikato Tainui, they get their second of the afternoon. And Pacific Māori, they haven't spent much time down in this half of the field. As he looks to run a sweep, he got a hand in there. It was a close run thing for Pacific Māori. And a roll ball is the call, so we'll see what they can come up with in reply as Hayata looks to run a punish play. Yeah, a little bobble at the roll ball. Just didn't quite clear his feet from the ruck. And Tainui looking to plug the ball up the middle of the field before going to their sub box. Just finding a little bit of space down that right-hand channel. You can see the physicality here on display in this under-16 boys grade as the scoop comes out of dummy half, looks to go through, but a great touch there from Mahanga Edmonds. And some strong rucks are going to be needed in this game, I think. As we see a couple of bits of heavy contact from the last few touches and the last few sets indeed. As Trevon McIntyre comes onto the field. The scoop comes out a half off the 32 platform. Bit of a wayward pass, couldn't quite connect. And ball goes to ground there for Pacific Māori. But they're down the right end of the park. It's just a matter of trying to sustain this pressure. They're really trying to push hard in defense and restrict the yardage of the Tainui side. As they cross halfway, looking for the little wraparound play. Oh, and Trevon McIntyre's picked off an intercept. I talked earlier about those basketball hands getting in the passing lane to knock down a pass earlier. And this time he managed to hold on to it and grabs an intercept and runs the length of the field. And he gets the first for Pacific Māori for the afternoon. It was a great play from Tainui, a little wraparound play. But then it was just all or nothing. That draw and pass. McIntyre got his hands in the passing lane. And he has absolutely stolen one. And pegs the deficit to 2-1. Tainui now leading. They're running the 32 peel platform. They've dummied and gone in behind. Can he connect with a teammate? The pass goes in the air. And a great recovering touch there. That was Johnny Thompson making the touch. So Tainui managing to break through the defensive line on a couple of occasions. Ball going to ground on that occasion there. Tainui's attack definitely looking promising. Pacific Māori just caught without a dummy half there. It's just this orange zone part of the field where they're a little bit disjointed. Scoop comes out of half from Hayata. The referee deems that the ball is not played at, so ball to ground there is the call. And now Tainui, they get the ball a couple of metres off their 7. See how they finish this set as they look to run a pure play. It was an early release. They've manned up well. The Pacific Māori team. Play on is the call from the referee. And a great touch there from Jackson Thompson that time. Now Pacific Māori trucking the ball up towards the 7-metre line. They'll have a couple of touches to play with. See if they can put on an attacking platform here. As McIntyre comes out of half, looks to throw the short ball. And ball goes to ground. So Tainui managed to survive that attacking foray. Just over a minute left in this first half, a blink of an eye, and majority of this first half is already zoomed by. Tainui would love to add an extra one to their tally before the half is done. As they cross over halfway, they've got some good flow on the back end of this one. The scoop comes out of half. They've gone straight through. Have Tainui. It's just a matter of trying to find an extra player. Have they found one? They have. But the referee says no. Touch and pass is the call. Unlucky there for Tainui because they managed to cross. Now Pacific Māori with half a minute left. That's plenty of time to be able to put one on themselves. And just like that, things can turn around in the blink of an eye, can't they? And rolling into the 7. Tainui as they look to run a quickie play. Is that Thompson looking to dive over? Referee says ball was down. 30 seconds was more than enough time for Pacific Māori to get one back. And right on the stroke of half time, they managed to draw things up. Quickie play, dummied, dived in between the two middles. Referee said no. And Waikato Tainui, they leak one right on half time. And they draw things up. So Pacific Māori 2, Waikato Tainui 2 as we enter half time. Join us after the break.
Do you think the other sports kind of owe touch a little bit of like thank you for development?
There's a lot of people that have transferred from touch.
I've always credited touch for those skills. It needs a bit more love.
The People's Game ki Māori Plus me whakaata Māori.
Deck out your space with our lowest prices.
Cabot's 10-litre Aquadeck decking oil, $193.90. Monarch decking applicator kit, just $48.20.
Where you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 15%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Kia ora e Tiwi, and welcome back to the 2025 Pacific Cup, where we've got an intriguing battle on our hands between Pacific Māori and Waikato Tainui in the under-16 boys grade. Tainui jumped out to an early 2-try lead before Pacific Māori managed to steal one through a length of the field intercept to peak the deficit back to 1, and then just as the halftime hooter sounded, they peaked another one back, the other one that they needed, to tie things up at 2 apiece heading into the halftime break. So, real interesting. We'll see what team can get the upper hand in the second half, but definitely a lot of talent on display for both sides. As Pacific Māori looking to the middle of the field. I think they might be the Thompson brothers working in tandem as McIntyre comes around, looks to use his dive. He's a tall man for a young 16-year-old, and it comes in handy there with a great dive. And just like that, Pacific Māori have scored on either side of half-time to take the lead. He's got the long reach, Trevon McIntyre. Comes from a handy touch footballing family as well, which doesn't hurt. And he dives over to get Pacific Māori's third of the afternoon.
Okay. The brain does not like McIntosh.
Waikato Tainui.
So if you've lost the young fellow by the name of Tipu, he's up in tournament control without the Sora.
Pacific Māori defence holding strong at the moment. That's a strong touch there from Pacific Māori. Looking to run a split of play, looking to dive over the line, but yeah, great touch there, stepped off the line. It's a great connection here in defence from Pacific Māori. Great desperation, a lunging dive there to make the touch. So big tick of approval there for the Pacific Māori defence, and they look to back that up with a good set of yards. A strong set of yards going up the sideline close to their box, looking to get their fresh troops onto the field. Just looking to drive, looking to scoop out a half. Yeah, the gap's opened up in the middle of the field. And if that pass had gone to hand, that was another one on the scoreboard for Pacific Māori, but the ball goes to ground. And I'll tell you what, I think they've really found their stride here, this Pacific Māori outfit. They've scored the last 3 on the bounce. That was almost 4. And Tainui are going to really want to try and work their way back into this game. As the scoop comes out of half, looking to skip to the short side. He's managed to find it and gets the extra pass there as well. Eddie Carrington crosses over for Tainui. And they got the offside call there. The scoop came out of half from Tawhara. Touch was made, but the referee, you can see him in the background in the beautiful purple shirt, said no, play through. And they managed to connect there, Tainui, and draw things up at 3 apiece. So a really ding-dong battle going on at the moment. It's back and forth action between these two sides. And Pacific Māori, see if they can regain their 1-try lead. Real battle at the ruck there as the bounce-out play goes to McIntyre, draw and pass. And that's just really smart football from Pacific Māori. You see the Thompson boys in the middle of the field, the two twins, looking to run a quickie and then just engaging all of that defense towards the center of the park. That freed up the space for the bounce-out play to McIntyre. Easy draw pass, so Pacific Māori, they get one back on the board. 4-3 is the current score as we head into the halfway point of the second stanza. Now Tainui with the sweep looking to come around. It's Barclay, looks to feed. A bit of 1-2 interplay between Barclay and Karena. Let's run through the middle of the field again. There's Makianu. Throws the long ball out. The dive goes to the middle of the field. Referee shakes his head and says no touch was made. Ball was down. And Tainui, they hit back. What a game we've got on our hands here. He just came off the left foot, didn't he? Kobe Barclay dove in between the two middles. That long reach, able to get him across the line before the touch was affected by the defenders. So 4-all at the moment. And we've gone tit for tat over the last couple of possessions. As McIntyre comes on the sweep. Looking to get second phase in there. Fraser looking to pass out a dummy half. Goes to Hayata. Hayata looks to use his footwork. And going left and right, going backwards. A bit of a Chicano U-turn there. And the touch is made. So great show of defense there from Tainui. Hayata misses that touch. So yeah, they've gained an extra sort of 10 to 15 metres, Tainui. And they've really worked their way back into this game. They've done well just to stick to their processes, play the long game, be patient. And now they find themselves with an opportunity to go one ahead. The long ball over the top. It has drifted forward though. And that definitely would have been one on the board, that pass over the top by Barclay. Unfortunately not counting towards Tainui's overall try tally. And the score remains 4 apiece, but that's a shot fired there from Barclay. He set up the last one. Now Pacific Māori. It's Thompson to Thompson, scooping out a half. Early release, quick hands, catch and pass, catch and pass. And crossing over is Natana Hemara. Great play there from Pacific Māori. These two Thompson boys, I'll tell you what, they just put their heads down and they do the hard mahi. And then they can come up with the treats at the end of that. Zion Natana Hemara crosses over for Pacific Māori. And 5-4, so this game really is going tit for tat. As Tainui work their way up the middle of the field, Karena. Barkley comes around on the sweep. Looks as though the short ball, second phase, they've got numbers momentarily out to the right. A great shutdown defense there. It was a touch that had to be made by Jose Kemp. Now Tainui with one more touch in the barrel, looking to extend the play, but a great diving touch there from Pacific Māori. And both of these teams want it. And the effort is there on full display. Pacific Māori, bit of urgency here by Tainui trying to push off the line, and as a result, Pacific Māori are scooping from a long way out, and Hayata looks for the late switch. They go back to the short side, and they've managed to pick one off there. There's Kobe Barclay. He's gotten in the passing lane in the exact same spot of the field where Trevon McIntyre picked one off for Pacific Māori in the first half. Kobe Barclay has managed to grab one for Waikato Tainui to tie things up. So it was a late switch in the middle of the field, and Barclay just planted his feet. It was an all-or-nothing play, and he came up with it all there. Just like that, we find ourselves level once again. So a great battle we've got. I did predict that at the start of the game, that this game was going to finish the day with a bit of a bang. And these young gents on the field are producing exactly that. 5-all is the scoreline. Bit of a goosey out to the right-hand side. And penalty coming from the referee, Declan Richardson there. Offside is the call. So Pacific Māori will get a full set of 6. And this is going to be a crucial point of the second half. There's only 2.5 minutes left in this game. And if they can peg one back here and back their defense, and they've managed to evade the toucher there, the Thompson boys, they have indeed. Jackson and Johnny Thompson have just worked up a treat there. They got the quickie, attracted the attention of the defensive link. And Thompson manages to cross there. I think it might have been simultaneous between ball being down and the touch being affected. Now Pacific Māori regained that one try advantage with now just under 2 minutes left, so we're getting down to the crunch. As Tainui looks around the quickie play. They've dived over. What's the ref's call here? He's halting play. Just explaining to the boys what's going on. I think touch was being called. Here's the call from the referee as Crosby looks with the strike dump. Barclay goes to the short side. Touch was made there though from Pacific Māori. And that's a huge one in the context of the game with 90 seconds left and the compounding error. So a few things not quite swinging the way of Tainui. And as a result, Pacific Māori, all they need to do is just play the clock. There's just over 60 seconds left. And if they play this right, they can chew up a large chunk of that time. Although this game, it just keeps coming with its twists and turns. Pacific Māori committing an offence there. giving away a penalty, and now Tainui will have one more shot at it. And 45 seconds left. The best they can hope for at this point in time is a draw. But Pacific Māori, they sense the urgency. They're really trying hard to push up in defence as they look to the middle of the field. That's a great strike drive. And they've gone through, they've managed to find the hole, and they've crossed over. And they've drawn things up. This game, it's a funny old one. Comes in swings and roundabouts, and Tainui have managed to find their own. Makianu goes through, finds Cruz Puru. And what a try there now with probably 15 seconds left. Pacific Māori, or less than. It'll all come down to this last play as this game got one more miracle to throw at us. They do indeed. It's an intercept. Are they going to go the length of the field, Waikato Tainui? They are indeed. Teina Makianu. What a try there. What a twist of fate. Pacific Māori, they were in it. They were down 2 early on. They picked themselves back to a 1-try lead and held that throughout the entirety. And then trying to come up with the match-winning play. It's actually swung the other way, and Tainui have plucked victory from the jaws of defeat. An entertaining game, and the best one of the day without a doubt. A fantastic game from all the young gents of Pacific Māori and Waikato Tainui. In the end, Waikato Tainui win an absolute thriller, 7 tries to 6. And with that, our coverage of the day, of day one of the 2025 Pacific Cup comes to an end. And make sure you join us again tomorrow via the Māori Plus YouTube channel, the Māori Plus app, Whakaata Māori, to catch all the action on day 2. But that's us signing off on day 1. Simply Guthrie here. Thank you very much from the Pacific Cup for your viewership, and we'll catch you all tomorrow. Ka kite.